We are live.
We are live.
Yes.
Righty. So, welcome everyone. This is Sonia. I'm here with Juliet Stapleton. Juliet is a queen of visibility. Juliet, please tell us a little bit about yourself, of what you do, how you get your visibility, and how you do that effectively.
Hi guys, thank you so much, Sonia, for having me in the group. I am so delighted to share a little bit of my wisdom. My name is Juliet Stapleton. I have been known as the Queen of Visibility, and who am I to argue? And it's all about the fact that I encourage people to show up authentically as they are, using their personal profiles and create the authority, create the impact in other people's lives through personal connection. It's all about personal connection. It's all about showing up confidently, and of course, on the back of that, it's all about creating a content that helps perceive you as an expert over time. So this has all been happening for the last 2 years. I've been in business for many years, and I've been involved in digital marketing since probably 2001. But the last 2 years is all about visibility. It's all about growing my personal brand, helping other people to grow their personal brand. And basically in 2 years, from somebody who nobody knew, and I had just a bunch of friends and family, on my profile, now I have clients and students from 30 plus countries from all over the world, and thousands of students, and it's been an amazing ride. So I'm here to share a little bit what I know from my perspective of what visibility is.
I love it. And you guys, just to let you know, Juliet and I, we know each other from different groups in different kind of masterminds where we are in, and I always see Juliet really putting a lot of work when it comes to videos and showing them from other people. So you did mention a little bit about profile, and then also we have a page. Let's talk about that a little bit, about profile and page. Again, I do want to mention that my profile has a lot of family members. So what do we do then? Like, how do we talk about business when we have a lot of friends, family members, and have no idea what we do? So,
well, that's okay. It comes down to making a decision. Let me maybe go back to the reason why I decided to use my personal profile instead of using my page. I've been around Facebook from 2007, and I've always been, trying to do things. And before I started my business in 2012, helping other people grow their Facebook pages organically, I was a fashion blogger, and, I was always about promoting. So, I had business pages enjoyed good reach at those days, early days. There was no issue that you post something and nobody sees that, as it is now. Now we're living in the era of Facebook zero. If you want to grow your Facebook page organically, nobody sees that. It's like, it's like pushing a very, very heavy thing up a steep hill. So it's an impossible work. So when I started growing my own visibility, I already saw that. I saw the decline in organic reach. I saw how my own business page wasn't really, meeting people. And I ran a couple of Facebook ads campaigns that I had no clue what I was doing, like a lot of business owners do. And I got all these wrong people liking my page. So they didn't care about my content. They were not my target audience. They were not, it just destroyed the page. Eventually, I just closed it. So in 2017, I was saying, hang on a second, I want to grow my business. I've outgrown the local area. And, I live in a real small rural area in Ireland on an island. And, to go and attend an event, even, it's so much hassle, and it's just to get to the airport, there's mental things. I'm not making any excuses, but sometimes you have to make decisions, and my decision was, I'm going to use just the online space for reaching out to people and growing my business, because it's a small area. I already work with everybody from every prominent business here, and you kind of hit the ceiling. How do you create a business around what you want to have, instead of spending hundreds of hours commuting? And I didn't want any of that. So came online, and I knew that the Facebook page is not going. I didn't have the knowledge how to make it work. So I decided that 300 people that I'm connected to, which are some of my friends, some of my family scattered around the world, don't really care about my dreams as much as I care about my dreams. And my dreams are to build a business that will give me location-free, independent lifestyle. So I posted, I literally, I'm very quick starting. I don't need to, I don't calculate too much before I start something. I don't need to know the outcome. It's my personal trait. So I posted once and I said, guys, I'm an entrepreneur. And you know what? My husband is sick and tired of me talking about my business. So if my husband has to suffer me talking about my business, why can't I show up on my personal profile and talk a little bit about my business?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I just posted, guys, you all have my phone number. I love you to bits, but I'm going to talk about my business because I am an entrepreneur at heart, and this is something that means a lot to me. If you don't like my posts, they're going to be a bit commercial. They're going to be a bit, business oriented. If you don't like my post, please save my phone number and unfollow me or unfriend me, and I'm not going to take it personally. And you know what? This is the funniest thing. Of all the people around me, some people just never engaged. Some people really followed me when I started showing up, because for them it was like, wow, look at her, what she's doing. She's so fearless. She's not afraid of showing up. And of course, some of them were like, what's going on? And there's only one person of all people in the world, one person who just once said to me, aren't your posts a bit commercial? And, my husband actually was very sick when I started my online business. He was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4. We didn't even know what's going to happen. So for me, it was a choice. There was different reasons why I decided, and there was no looking back. And I didn't care about what these people think. Even, I didn't care what my mom, my daughter, even my husband thinks.
Yep.
What I'm doing, because I knew deep down, I'm going to do this. And I just have to persevere, I have to keep doing it. And so, so the rest of the people didn't matter. So this person, when she said that to me, that was my very old friend from my school, from my class. I spent 8 years sharing a desk with her when I was a kid, and she was my nemesis. She was a frenemy. She was a friend who was like, that friend who said a lot of things that traumatized my childhood. And so that one person had an objection. And I explained to her what happened. I said, listen, I have a situation here. I have medical bills. I need to build my business. Do you think I don't care what anybody thinks? I'm just going to do what I do. Now, a disclaimer. When I say talking about your business on your personal profile, it doesn't mean that you're just saying, buy my stuff, work with me all the time. No, this is embracing yourself as an entrepreneur, embracing, empowering yourself, empowering other people, sharing what you think about, taking action, sharing what you think about, excuses we make. And it's all about, if you're an entrepreneur, it's all about personal growth. You're pushing yourself all the time. It's a story of growth. And what happens when you become more visible, you're facing other demons that, if you don't choose to show your face up all the time, you can create business with one-on-one relationships and networking without being visible. Yes, but it's not for my situation, it was impossible physically. I was not in that location. I did not have people around me that I connected with on many levels. It's not enough to just shake hands and say, hey, this is my business card, right? There's more. We connect. People buy from people. We buy into each other, and we create these relationships. So this is what I started doing online. And, and I just started talking about myself, created a group. I have a group called Social Media Visibility that gets clients. And in the group, I then train and I show and I'm very technical. I'm a geeky person. I share my screen. I show them how to use Facebook. A lot of people don't even understand what Facebook is or any social network. They don't actually understand things like what is the algorithm, how to manipulate it in a way that you get seen more, so you can reach more people. And out of that, it's a funnel. Out of the pool, you pour all these hundreds and thousands. Now I have 5,000 people that I'm connected. I'm pouring them into my funnel. And then by optimizing my profile shows who I am. I'm posting powerful content. I connect to people who send me friend requests. I send them personal messages. We talk, like what you do on the networking event. Sometimes we talk about business. Sometimes we don't talk about business. Sometimes the conversation flows and sometimes it doesn't flow. And that's okay too, So, and from that, then at the bottom, that's where the ideal, the best of the best is pouring out the gold and creating a lovely, amazing business that I have never had before. So this whole journey of building this visibility for me over the 2 years was a personal growth, journey of a personal growth, journey of self-acceptance, because you had to accept so many things about yourself to be able to show up. You just need to be so kind to yourself and not critical and, not care about judgment, or at least, know how to be aware when you are reacting to judgment and just, pull back, let go of some things. It's been a very, very amazing journey. So what I do now is I help people reach this stage, because a lot of people, no matter if they're just starting the business or they've been in business for a long time, there's the fear of being visible is real for many people. But I think that when you add a personal brand, when you add your name to whatever you're doing, Gary Vee is one of those people who are just a testament to that. If you put your personality up front and you front the business with who you are, you're going to be much more visible and much more loved or hate, which is fine, absolutely fine. We attract the ones that the ideal ones and we repel the rest. But this is something that is going to benefit at every level. So video then, is something that is the most effective way of connecting to people without talking to them privately. Because I do believe that face-to-face is important, in real life, because you feel the energy. I do believe that calls even like us, we just connected before this live, but I do think that there is an exchange of energy. It's the next best thing. Absolutely. I met so many friends, and I'm an introvert with no friends in the local area, and I met so many people who are just like me online that it's enriched my life. But then, what do you have then if you're just producing content and you're not talking to people yet? That's where the video comes, and that's where live video, where you're just being yourself with all your nonverbal communication, with all the way you are, your accent, your quirky things, with me it's like bad grammar, rants, things like that. And people fall in love with you because you are real. You're not some perfection. I don't even like doing pre-recorded videos, because when I pre-record my videos for any reason, there's no criticism to me. Because you want to be perfect, but even though I understand and I fight this whole thing about being perfect, but you kind of still you can switch it off, start again. But when it's live, it's live. It's like there is no going back. You turned it on, and that's it. You're there. You've delivered. You've been yourself. If you've got a mental block, that's okay. That happens in a real conversation, right? Or if you went on a rant and then you completely forgot what you were talking about. That happens to me on my lives all the time. That's okay as well. So it's about accepting yourself. But what people up on the other side, they feel your energy through your live videos. Yes, you can write. Yes, you can put pictures and links and whatever. Through video, that's where the magic happens. So that's why I've become this big advocate for doing live videos. And you don't have to commit to doing live videos every day. It's very good if you're growing and if you want to very fast grow, or if you need to generate cash fast, because we create this personal connection so much faster. So the more live videos you do, and then you bring these people into your funnels, the more connection, the more conversions you will get naturally. But you don't have to do it every day, but you need to implement this for this reason. And there's another reason as well, technical reason, why you need to do live video, and why live video is something that how would I put it? There's a lot of people in the world, but not everybody engages. There's a lot of people who just like to sit there, mind their own business, but they listen and they watch. When you're producing content on social media, especially on Facebook, the way Facebook works, if you're writing stories, like I'm big into writing. When I started building my visibility, I've discovered I'm great at writing. Now I love it. Before I thought I can't write because I'm not English speaking, and there's all these excuses. And now I'm contributing left, right, and center to big publications, and I am confident about that. But people don't see me when I write. Yes, they resonate with me. Yes, they feel some of the energy. They see what I'm about, but they don't see me. They don't know how my voice sounds. They don't have these little things, so there is no whole picture. And yet in my videos, there is a complete whole picture. So they can either hate me, which is fine, absolutely fine, or love me. And that's where the ideal clients, they really get to connect to you and show up. But those people that I mentioned who don't engage with you, if you're writing, they will read. But Facebook doesn't know unless they click like or comment it on your post. Facebook algorithm doesn't have a signal to know that they like your content. So the only content type that can give Facebook algorithm a signal that this is an interesting content is live video when somebody is watching it. Okay, we're not collecting, if we're doing it on a personal profile, we're not collecting the views to retarget in Facebook ads. So I've been using so much more my business page strategically to, stream into my group, to stream on my, sometimes share or do watch parties on my personal profile, because, I am using ads nowadays to retarget mostly. But still, you have to think how the algorithm works. So the lurkers and people who don't engage, they're still watching, and you want people to continue coming back to your content. You want Facebook to show your content to those people who are interested. So you have to have this mixture. Now, this is talking about why you need to use live video, from a technical point of view, from connection point of view. But another thing is, we know that we had these huge changes now with Facebook. We don't know, Facebook just announced literally within the last week that there's going to be massive changes. Somebody saying newsfeed is going to disappear. I don't think it's going to disappear. Nobody actually knows what's going to happen. This is only a change in direction in their focus. So nobody knows at all what's going to happen. But the focus will be on content that disappears. So like we have stories now on Facebook, like Snapchat, like Instagram stories, 24 hours and the stories disappear. How it's going to look, how is it all going to work out? I don't know. Nobody does. But what's important is that stories always support video. Video is going to be so relevant of all this. So for me as a writer, I'm sort of saying, oh my God, I'm writing so much and people connect with me through writing. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go with my writing? But video is going to be there. So by embracing video, and by embracing, a lot of people do have reservations about doing video, just in terms of, I don't like the way I look, I don't like the way I sound, and that stops them, But that's actually a selfish excuse, because if you're helping somebody to solve some problem with your business, you're helping somebody to make their life better. And all these excuses, I don't like the way I sound, I don't like the way I look, those are about you. If you make it about who you serve, they don't matter. Because, sometimes I can do a live video and I think, oh my God, I rambled for the whole time and it just didn't make sense. It was awful. And then somebody sends me a message, said, thank you so much. You've inspired me. I wake up in the morning and I watch your videos and they set me up for the whole day. And I'm saying, I cannot make excuses. If somebody, feels like this, I have responsibility to be there for these people. Who else there didn't send me a message like this? So, it's like there are so many reasons that we need to do that, and especially 2019. And it's important to stay on top of what's going on, and especially with the changes. Social media is extremely dynamic. It's going to be constantly changing. Look how Facebook looks now and what it was in 2007. It's like completely two different worlds.
Yes.
So we need to be adapting a little bit more. I think, adapting to change is another huge issue that people have. So while we know that video will be relevant, live video will be relevant, we need to embrace it and we need to do more and more. So I'm on a mission to get more people come out of their shells and, overcome their fears and do video. And then
that's a great mission.
Yeah,
I think that's a great mission. That's really amazing that you have. I can see you're so passionate. You have so much energy. You so want to really, make sure that everybody understands why you're doing this. And this is amazing. That's why, people can be really attracted to you, because some people really love energy like you have, right? So that's what makes you being you. That's why you show up so authentically, because you know who you are, and who doesn't want you to talk this way, or who doesn't want you to be so upfront or direct. They will simply be repelled, which is fine. I always be saying, in social media or in marketing, it's equally important attracting and repelling. It's equally important, because if you're not really repelling, then you're not really niche down in your message. You're not really authentic. You're not being really, you're not really making a rukus. You have to make a rukus sometimes, right? In order.
That's so true. You know what I say? Sometimes you meet somebody and they're nice. They're nice. There's nothing wrong with them. And then you might even get engaged into some sort of like working arrangement. And then as months go by, you realize that you don't resonate with that person. They're doing something you're completely against, certain beliefs or something they're doing. It's not your thing. And that becomes a horrible thing, especially if you are involved with these people, whether it's personal or work. Because, you're sort of like resenting yourself for not, for being in these relationships. How did you end up being in these relationships? Because you went for that nice middle, because you did not really choose, is that person really, really good for me, or not? And I've learned everything I learned in life is done the hard way. So I've worked with, as a huge animal lover, I had to work with a hunting store, online hunting store. And this was the times when I didn't choose who to work with, and for me, eventually I started resenting myself working for a company that does something that I detest.
You don't believe in, right?
Even though I'm just doing the online stuff and I'm not dealing with the, things. Right. But that's just one example. So you have to really know who you are, and that happens. So it doesn't happen over time. It happens as you learn.
Yes,
who you are. And definitely be true. So this nice middle of being nice, or you really want to repel. Sometimes you want to post something that is just aimed at repelling people. Post your polarizing opinions, because you can see, you might, if you're a coach, for example, you could have the most amazing sales call or connection call, and you think, oh, this person is amazing, and then you post something, and the way that person reacted, there's red flags everywhere. So it's good to test the ground. I do that all the time, and I have a lot of unpopular opinions. I didn't know I was a polarizing person. Just I didn't consider myself a polarizing person. Maybe up until last winter. And I think a common friend of ours, Desislava Dobreva, said to me I was one of the most polarizing people she knew, and that from coming from Des, it was very shocking. And then I just stepped into this thing and said, yes, you know what, I do have very unpopular opinions that I'm never going to change for anybody, and I just want to own this. And again, self-acceptance.
And she's the same, and I'm the same. That's why we kind of like, because I'm about to tell you the same thing. Like, I used to apologize for being direct. I will say, hey, I'm sorry for being direct, but I need to tell you directly. And I'll say, can I tell you directly? Is it okay? I still ask, is it okay for me to be direct? But I don't apologize anymore, because I'm nice, but also very direct. If you ask me, do you like this? I'm going to tell you if I like it and what I don't like about it. I don't see the middle. I'm going to tell you what you can improve on. And I love that you are mentioning it, because, that's all about authenticity. And as I'm showing up more and more doing these interviews with people like you, I consider this being live as well, right? So I feel I'm getting out of the shelf more and more, because I get to be myself. Well, I when I watch myself, when I started with interviews, I was like all kind of, trying to really please everybody. Now I still want to make sure everybody has a good time, but I do want to have, make sure that, I also, say things as it is, because you know what, if I don't say then they really don't know how I feel about it, right? So I do feel that every time I say directly what I think, that the things being improved, which is the whole point of me being asked for opinion, right? So
can I tell you a story? A quick story, actually, talking about how, you think that you put people off by being direct or being, establishing your boundaries, and yet you don't. In my group just in the last 3 months, I did a little makeover. I introduced an induction unit, because in the world of digital marketing, there's a lot of people who are looking for free advice. But my business is training, and while I over deliver in everything I do, and I provide amazing support to my students, and I'm really proud of it, I'm not there to spend all my time for free. So I was thinking, how do I put off people who are looking for free advice? And I created this induction unit. So when they start, they have to go, yes, we all have welcome videos in the group, but I have actually the whole unit. And there's one video, or one whole post that I'm talking about the fact that I am a trainer. I train and I coach and I have online trainings. You're here to preview what I do. And if you're looking for free advice, you can post in the group publicly, and we can all discuss, so it will be still value and it will help me create trainings for you. Or, you can come into my courses, and I will be making offers. You're in this group, I will be making offers. This is not a community that we're just networking. This is a Julia Stapleton show. You're here to preview my business. If it's your thing, let's work. And if it's not your thing, let's not work. And I was so scared posting this, because it was real something that, but I've seen happening somewhere else. And I said, how am I going to, and I said, give me a GIF in the comments if you agree with that. And you have no idea how the atmosphere in my group changed since then. First of all, I could see how people really like, and after this post that I thought that they will just leave my group. No, they were engaging with everything, and they would go through the rest of the induction unit, which I have, other things that I'm giving. So setting up boundaries and saying, well, here's what we're going to do is actually so beneficial. I wish I knew that 10 years ago.
Yes, I actually just you just told me you shared it with me. Now I'm getting ideas, but like this is great, and everybody has their own ways and reasons for creating groups, and a lot of you are direct and you know what you are doing when it comes to that. So that's very, very good. So what do you say for people that feel like I don't want to start right now because I didn't wash my hair and I don't have a makeup. And also I don't know what to talk about. Let's talk about that shortly.
Absolutely. Well, guys, there's a very simple thing. I'm an entrepreneur who works from home, and this is a conference group, right? You guys go and get dressed and you go to conferences and networking events. I don't. So for me, it's even more problem to put makeup on, to change, to get my hair done. I can do that without makeup. I can do everything if I don't show up without making myself look okay. But we do that when we go to work, right? We do that when we go out, right? So this is work. Showing up.
You have to get it in the morning, right?
Yeah, so it's like you get up, if you worked in an office somewhere, you get up in the morning, have your breakfast, put makeup on if you're a girl, right? Or, groom yourself and you go. So in a way, it's sort of when people are saying, oh, that's another excuse. Yes, I know sometimes it's just sometimes you don't want to do this, but you can either make your dreams happen by taking action every day, or you can say, oh, I don't want to do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't want to do it tomorrow, I'll do it later. I don't look good, my hair doesn't look good. I have those periods as well. I have a short hair, needs a lot of maintenance. So for me, it's if I don't get a haircut in time, or my hairdresser's on holidays, I also have this resistance saying, oh, I don't want to do the video. But you know what, you find where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I do when I feel very bad or I look bad? I use Snapchat filters, and I still do videos with crazy Snapchat filters because they make me feel and look kind of strange. So it will stop people in the newsfeed, but it makes me feel very crazy.
Right, exactly. Let's do it, right?
Yeah, so what the example, you don't have to go and use Snapchat filters, and now this year they're available to use on the desktop computer. So I can literally change my video now and put a filter on. But this is something that I found when my energy is low. I'm not focusing on the fact that I don't want to do it. That's a wrong focus. I am focusing on how can I do it. So if something is really bad, and if I don't have makeup, I'm going to use the Snapchat filter with glasses on, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to deliver. And sometimes I deliver a very serious content with crazy filters on. And I thought that's going to put people off. And then I thought to myself, no, because people who like me, they love it about me. They're not necessarily going to do it themselves, but they love it about me. So my ideal client doesn't mind me doing the crazy stuff like that. That's what entertains them. And it works out. So whatever we have to deal with when we're dealing with resistances, I think what helped me a lot was recognizing these resistances. How do I feel? So if I start resisting something, what are the thoughts? What are the triggers? How do I actually deal with it? And when I find those, I see those signs, then I switch and I say, okay, let's just have this, there's different productivity tips and stuff like that. I have, for example, a thing like not to-do list. When something bogs me down, I don't want to do something, like, why am I feeling like this? Because I have to do this work for that person, but I actually don't want to do it today. Do I have to do it today? No, that's going to my not to do today list. Off my head, I feel better. I might even do a live video or something because I feel better that I don't have that thing so sometimes something else is bogging us down. It's not actually the live video. And being aware of you at all times and how you feel and everything, it's a great way to overcome that. But to be honest with you, it does take discipline. It's discipline. That's all it is. This is what I teach my students, and it's all about consistency, because staying power is what wins. It's not that you're the best. It's not that you're the most intelligent, that you know everything, or you're the best person that everybody loves. It's if you're there all the time. That's when you're going to be successful and win with visibility. It's like McDonald's ads, right? They're everywhere. I never go to McDonald's, and yet they're everywhere. They're in my head.
Yep. Yeah. So true. Even mentioning them now.
Yes, that's right. Why am I talking about them and not Burger King or someone else? Because they don't advertise as much. They're not there.
They're not consistent. That's so true. And I love it. You are so on point with everything when it comes to, showing up and doing live videos and everything like that. So tell us a little bit about how can people find you, and how can we learn more from you?
Okay, perfect. Well, hit me up on Facebook. You can look for Juliet Stapleton, the Queen of Visibility, or you can go to julietstapleton.com website. But if you are looking to get a little bit out of your comfort zone and do live video, I do a signature 11-day live video challenge. And it's 11 days for a reason, because 11 represents the doors, the passage to the new life, new being, new state of being. So I run it every 2 months. Actually, there's one starting now on Monday. And if you look me up, you will see the links to the 11-day live video challenge. Definitely, you can comment below on this video. I'm in this group now, so I can come back to you. And that's something that, as I say, transformation is guaranteed. I know that from the results that we're getting. And this is how you can find out about me. And I would be delighted to connect.
That's awesome. I definitely will check it out. And I was wondering, why is it 11? But there must be some story to it. I love the story. That's amazing. So guys, go ahead and follow Juliet Stapleton. Go ahead and check her out, her new, her program that is all about live videos and how you can do this in 11 days yourself. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here and sharing all this amazing stuff. I really enjoy talking to you. You are very passionate, energetic, and I love it about you. So thank you so much. I was honored to have you here. And is there anything else you want to say at the end to our audience?
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Yes, guys, that's good. You hear that. Thank you so much. And I'll see you around. Thank you, guys. And if you do watch a replay, go ahead and use #replay. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead, go to Conference for Entrepreneurs Facebook group, and you can also watch this video as well. Thank you so much, and I'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.